working on your senior projects, and those of you who have had me for senior 2 know how I beat you up over the script, from week 1, as soon as you walk into the class. There's an old saying, great plays aren't written, they're rewritten. And you've got a great idea, you just can't wait to get out and shoot this thing, you're already pulling your talent together, my God, look at this great set we can build, and hey, we can green screen this, and guess what, I got used to the red camera. All these things are falling into place, and you're still working on draft 1 of your script, but you don't realize it's draft 1. You think you've written it, and you haven't written it because you haven't rewritten it, and rewritten it, and rewritten it, and rewritten it, until it sings. If you've got to put a lot of time in at the script level to inspire other people to work and to have something that's worth showing once you're completed, I think the second area for a no-budget film and a low-budget film is pre-production. And particularly, if you can get it, the value of rehearsal. When you're doing a no-budget film, you don't have the benefit of being able to do a lot of takes to get a lot of coverage. You're kind of moving very, very, very quickly. The sooner you can get your talent on the same page as you, the sooner that they're getting comfortable. And what happens in the rehearsal process is that you begin seeing that these lines that you were completely in love with, that you thought were funny and terrific and were just right for that scene, are flat as hell. They're not working. Is it the talent or is it the script? You don't know yet. But in the rehearsal process,
I blame the talent.
Especially if you wrote it. Yeah, of course. But that's the point where you're going to start finding out, and this scene just seems to go on and on and on and on and on and on. That's the point where you can start cutting. And before you're on location, where the clock is ticking like crazy, where you can only do 2 or 3 takes, get all of that out of the way as soon as possible so that when you walk onto the set, Hitchcock famously said that the minute he said action, the very first day of the shoot, the film in his head was over. It was done. Because he had pre-planned everything. He had gone through the script many, many, many times. He'd gone through whatever process he went through, which was minimal with his actors. But that kind of preparation is really the only way to get a movie in the can for $25,000 to $50,000.
I think that's vital.
Feature-length film.
To know what you want.
Right.
Too often directors are unclear what they want.
Right.
You can say good, fast, and cheap. Pick 2.
Sure.
Because people usually pick good and cheap.
Yeah.
But that fast doesn't mean
Right.
Like you can't be fast on set. It means you have to spend those months in advance.
Yeah.
Practice and shooting every weekend and being very involved, and there are some others as well that are not that involved. So you can tell us a little, because still it sounds like, oh, it's so easy, and when we hear you talk, it's like, oh yeah, it's so easy. But if each of you could tell us what, like you mentioned that you wrote, you forced yourself to write and write around, but if you could tell us a little bit more of your story, what.
You want us to crush your dreams.
Yeah, I don't know how to formulate the question. How did you get there? How much it took you to get there? Practice. Like I think we still have to reinforce that. The tools are there, but the craft of filmmaking is still is a hard thing to learn. In every level.
Some failures.
I just wanted to hear.
Well, it only took me 17 years to get Bridge to Terabithia made. And that's an actual true story. And for some of you who don't know, the book was written by a terrific chick who happens to be my mom. Okay. It took me 2 years just to option the book from the publisher.
Because Mom said no.
Well, no,
not
because,
right.
no, Mom said for
I want
free.
Spielberg.
No, my mom said for free, and the
Yeah.
publisher's like, this is bullshit. We got to get some money from him.
Yeah.
But what it was is, I wasn't, since it was family, I wasn't going to just sell it for money and lose all control. So for 14, 15 years, I met with people who said, here's a bunch of money, you need to go away. And I said no. I said, I'm going to be a part of making this movie. And the funny thing is, in 92, 93, Disney said, we'll take the property, we're going to change the ending, and you can go away, and we'll give you a bunch of money. And I said, no, thank you. 12 years later, Disney is making it. So, you know, I just had to outweigh them to do it. And so, to crush your dreams, it didn't happen overnight. And I just paced myself, and I knew it would get made. And I had made some films before Bridge, but that's what I'm known for. But I had the luxury, and I want to encourage this to all of you, I had the luxury of having a life. And which meant I did not let my art consume me all the time. And if there's one thing I want to leave with you guys, is if you're going into this business, you need to make your art a part of your life, and not your life all about your art. Otherwise, if you do that, you're going to wake up angry and go to bed disappointed. Because you need to have other things in your life. You need to have friends that have nothing to do with the business.